All right, good morning, tribe, and welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, broadcasting to you live outside from Ravenscar, my garden. All right, good morning. It's Friday. It's Friday, right? Lord, I hope it's Friday. As far as I can tell, it is Friday. Hey, Deanna, I know too many people with names very similar to yours, and in my brain they all get jumbled up because I haven't had the brain pill yet this morning. Once I have the brain pill, then life is good. Hey, Donald, good morning. Yeah, so how many of you saw yesterday's show on the Merriweather's World? Hey, Julie, always a good time to have Brandon on. Yeah, he makes a most excellent co-host for talking about those things. Hey, good morning, Kimberly. Deanna, I hope you're all doing well. Is it possible to find Eustania in North Texas? Yes, it is possible to find it pretty much everywhere in the world. There are trees, preferably hardwood trees. Off the top of my head, I don't recall ever finding it on pine trees or, just the hardwood trees and large bushes also. So look around the trees. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Cleo. Ah, Princess Diana. Okay. Now that will be locked in my brain. Hey, good morning, Alan. Good morning, Henry. Yep, coffee good. Hey, Mike. Someone's banging lumber together already this morning. It's a hardworking neighborhood. I like that. Yeah. So you ready for the long weekend? Yay! I'm working today and then packing up and running off to Uncommon Bees tomorrow, running up to Uncommon Bees tonight, teaching all day tomorrow, spending Sunday night there too, and then coming home Sunday morning to rush home to get to church. Whoa. Hey, good morning, April. Thunderstorms all morning in central Texas. Ah, you are lucky. We need rain. Of course, there's a chance of rain tomorrow, but those of you coming to the class, dress appropriately. On the plus side, they've been having some rain in these last few days too, so hopefully the mushrooms up there, and whoa, gravity. Okay, the mushrooms up at the Uncommon Bees land there are usually pretty spectacular after rain, so I am hoping for that. What else is anyone going on? So I'm thinking of trying to do a slow brisket-style cook of a pork shoulder on Monday. I've never done that. I don't know if that's even a thing, but I have a tendency to look at different things and go, if we put that with that, that might be good. So if anyone has any advice on that before I, attempt this, that would be good. I was looking at the snake technique, where you like make a train of charcoal briquettes and light one end, and it just spends hours burning around the train. And I'm thinking that might do something. I'm gonna give it a shot. Then hey, I also need to clean out the freezer of the previous pig, so I have room to get the next one. Of course, Jonathan, I got to use the pineapple. Though this, I got to say, the pig that I'm eating, it's pretty tender, so I don't know if I have to use that. But I think a little bit of vinegar, perhaps, just for flavoring, might be good. But maybe what I could do is like rub a pineapple marinade on one half and just let the other half be, and do a real. Wait. Finally, time to use the ball moss and really see if it has bromeliad in it. There we go, Jonathan. We're going to do that. Oh, good. April, update from Lath, the child that has the rheumatoid arthritis issues with the bent neck and is in the halo thing. So he's home. His pain is easing. Yay, tribe. Yay, Lath. So hopefully it continues to heal for him. Hey, good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, Eileen. Did I miss anyone? Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Kay. You just canned most of your wild hog. I've never canned hog. Mainly the only thing I've ever really canned is chicken. But I'm sure a canned hog. I'm wondering what sort of broth you use with that. Yep, Jonathan, that's the plan. Experiment and report back. That's what I get paid to do. Let's see. Oop, there was something else. Okay, Jonathan. Yeah, the snake or worm technique is good for a long, slow burn. Yep, that's what I'm hoping. So I can just kind of, go do things with the family most of the day and let it just smolder away in the backyard. Hey, good morning. Good morning, coffee. Coffee. I'm afraid to know how much coffee I've drank over my life. Hey, good morning, Leslie. Hey, Leslie, throw up a link to your Houston activities page, will you please? So Leslie Chapman is one of the movers and shakers in the Houston area as far as letting people know all the cool things that is going on. And in, what is it, the 29th? There, she's going to do an interview with me. So, cool. Hey, Sherry, good morning. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so the pork is just raw pack, no broth, just seasoning. Is it cubed up or anything like that, or what? So, or I guess like my wonderings are what's in the empty spaces where there isn't meat. I'm very curious about that. Or is it just packed so tightly? Okay, yeah. When we'll get the word out, Leslie. And by word and drinking coffee. It's a weird mixture right now. It's not too hot, but the humidity is way up there. So I was kind of tricked when I checked out this morning if I was going to do inside or outside. Oh, okay, Mike. As far as the charcoal snake, is there a formula for the number of charcoal to use for a given burn time? There is. I don't know what it is. If you Google it, it'll bring things up. That was my plan. Was when I'm sitting there outside with my bags of charcoal and my meat and my grill, gonna go. Okay, what does Google say? How much is it? So yeah, I got a friend that does it too. Hey, Davey, are you here? I don't think Davey is here this morning. He's on vacation, so he might be actually having fun. But yeah, that's who I learned the technique from, or first heard about it. And he didn't actually teach me. He just mentioned that's what he does, and it's really easy. And it's like, I like easy things. I shall try that. So yeah, no clue. I want to say it's like a double stack. So like 4 cubettes, well, too high. A row of charcoal, and then another ring of charcoal on top of that, and away you go. Hey, good morning, Jessica. So we'll see. Maybe if this all works out. Now, this is assuming the family doesn't suddenly come up with other plans that then I have to be part of, which would be awesome because my family is cool. I like them. They're fun to spend time with, and there's not much time left to spend with them. Yep. Alan, a friend used to do venison canning until he got a deep freezer. Yep. I've known a lot of people have done that, canning the venison, and I actually like that technique. I think once you can the venison with the seasonings and stuff like that, it becomes more flavorful and more tender. So if given the choice, I would go with canned venison for stuff over frozen venison. Car alarm. And they're my neighbors. I wonder. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to check on this. Okay, all good. The neighbor. So it used to be a single woman living next door, and so if there were ever any strange noises or stuff, she asked that we, investigate. But now she has an amazingly wonderful husband, and they both live doors. I'm very glad that they did not move away once they got married. So yay! But yeah, it was just one of those loading the car, hit the wrong button, and handful of stuff, and couldn't unhit the button. Okay, what else do we got here? Oh, here's a good question. Kimberly is asking, has anyone had any luck growing Japanese maple in zone 8-9? So I've seen a number of very nice Japanese maples around the Houston area, even on the south side, which would be right at that 8-9 border. The thing to remember about Japanese maples is they are not a sun-loving plant. They really prefer shade, partial to almost complete shade. So, that's the main thing. Yeah, Christy, and it's unusual enough for a car alarm to go off here. There have been cases in the neighborhood, like everywhere over the 20-some years, that cars have been broken into. But like I said, it was unusual enough that I thought, better check on it. So, but like I said, we have great neighborhood, great neighbors, and so it's nice. Yeah, and that's what it'll be. Or like a cheap knockoff of the Weber grill, but just your basic metal pan grill, metal lid, fire it up and hope for the best. Good morning, Donna. Yep. Alan says, Google charcoal snake, numerous YouTube and links. Yep, that's my plan. Like I said, the fact that I know it exists is exciting, and then I'll get the details, when it's time to start. Ooh, what's this? Let's see. Darlene, do you know if anyone has used the inner bank, I'm assuming the inner bark of blackberry for tea or broth? The wood has a sweetness to it. That's interesting. No. So the root is used to help with diarrhea, and the leaves, I've done many blackberry leaves in my tea, which give a nice subtle blackberry flavor, but I have not tried the inner bark. I'm very intrigued by that. So I have to look into that. Thank you. But if anyone else has tried it, please shout out. Let's hear about it. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, just keep it in the shade. That's the main thing. If you have like the north side of the house is a good place for it. If you have to put it, maybe the east side, definitely not the west or the south, unless it, like I said, you have lots of other shade, bigger oaks and stuff like that to shade it. Hey, good morning, Eric. Whoops. Okay, I've seen them. Okay, so Eric is saying they have these pellet things that you can use on a grill to give your meat smoke without all the heat. Cold smoked cheese or fish in the cold months. That's cool. I did pick up this little. It's like a cage. It's designed to put like mesquite chips and stuff in there and set it in the grill with it, and just the heat from the grill causes it to smoke and smolder. So I'm thinking I'm not going to try that with the pork. The first time I'm just going to let do the slow burn, the charcoal snake, and then go from there. If I get a deer this fall, then I may use the smoker chip holder thing to try that. But for the most part, I don't think pork needs the smoked flavor. It's good, but I just love pork as is. Okay, Jonathan. Brinkman Smoke and Grill is not a good grill at all, but it is a great smoker for low and slow long burns. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if you can see it. Let me move this. So when I was up in Minnesota checking on my mom, good news on my mom. The assorted tumors are greater than 50% shrunk already. So the chemotherapy is working really well. So yay, Mom. Still having some stomach issues, but she keeps getting better and better. All right, let's see if can I do this here. So there, that rusty R2D2 looking thing, that was my dad's old smoker that he's no longer using, and so he let me bring it back here to Texas with him. So I have that for smoking, and you basically set it over a hot plate, and then on the hot plate you put whatever smoky wood type stuff you want on there, and you go about it that way. I need to get a hot plate for it. I've been cruising the Salvation Armies and so forth looking for one. But that's my smoker type thing, and I'm very curious about that. So I got that covered. I have a turkey that I want to do a smoked turkey for Thanksgiving this year. So we'll see what happens there. I might do a practice one first. Hey, Bonnie. Good morning. Oh, here's a good question from Leslie. Do you have any experience growing orchids outdoors here? Is it something you recommend? I have not had any experience growing orchids inside or outside. What little bit I've read about them suggests that they can be very temperamental and so have to be very well matched for the environment. There used to be like either a Texas Orchids Aficionado Association or maybe a Houston-based one. Look that up. Like look up the Texas Orchid Club or the Houston Orchid Club and see if they still exist, and if so, if they have any information for you. Hey, Tina, wow, you're getting earlier every day, or am I getting slower every day? It took me forever to get feed done this morning, but I didn't think I was that far behind. I'm trying to make my life better. And one of the ways of doing that is ignoring a lot of the social media feed. And so rather than sit there for 15 minutes or 20 minutes scrolling through stuff and getting really upset, I open the doors to the donut shop and let's go. So that's what's going on. So I am starting a lot earlier, just for the sake of my own health and happiness, really. Hey, good morning, S. Yeah, I'm surprised Mom isn't here this morning. Because yeah, they were doing significantly better. Still having some stomach issues, but for the most part, the chemotherapy and stuff is working beautifully. So very excited. What was it? Let's see. So can't remember if she's had 3 or 4. It'll be 6 total. So she's more than halfway done, or at halfway done, and the next one will be more than halfway. But yeah, it's going really well. We've been very, very excited. Might actually have to go up there for Christmas. So it seems numerous people are saying practice smoking the turkey before Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think that will be the case, especially since usually, how do I want to phrase this? So a lot of times we do the orphans Thanksgiving, where we have friends here in the Houston area that don't have family here, and the family is too far away, and just like us, we don't really have any family here, so it's we all just get together and be our own family with assorted other people. And so usually I will never mind. Easily distracted. Either I'll deep fry a turkey, which I really love doing, or there's a meat market here, Lawson's Meat Market in the Woodlands on Sawdust, that has the best smoked turkeys, and I really like the smoked turkey, but they're kind of expensive. But now this year, I think, after mastering the art of frying the turkey, it's time to try smoking a turkey. I just need the rolling papers. No, joke. Okay. What else we got? Let's see. We ended up having ham the first year John smoked a turkey. It was like a scene out of National Lampoon's Christmas. Oh, boy. I like John, though. John is a good man. I will say, the few times I've tried to roast a turkey, not success. I don't like roasted turkey. One year, so we got one of those disposable aluminum, baking pan, roasting pans, and had the turkey in there, and was cooking it away. And I went to check on the turkey and pulled it out, and somehow the bottom of the pan caught on something in the oven and tore, and all the juices and everything that had been gathering in the pan ran out onto the heating element of the oven, and yeah, it was just a complete disaster. So that didn't stop me from trying again other years, but with an actual metal pan. All right, Tiffin, quick question. Is now an okay time to plant dewberry? I'd like to try my hand at dewberry jelly for the holidays. Okay, unfortunately, Tiffin, you can plant the dewberries now, but they are not going to produce any fruit until next spring. So the only way you would really be able to get dewberry jelly for these holidays is to purchase some sort of dewberries or raspberries or something like that on the market, something shipped in from Chile or things like that, because the dewberries are very specific as to when they will produce their fruit. They'll produce the flowers right around the 1st of April, and then the fruit will be about 6 to 8 weeks later, more like 6 weeks. So, we're talking May, Mother's Day-ish time. So you might be able to get some for Mother's Day, but not for Thanksgiving or Christmas, unfortunately. Have you seen the price of smoked turkey legs at carnivals or the Houston Rodeo? Yep. Actually, that's not about it. Well, not everyone in the family likes the turkey legs, though, so I'll think about that. Maybe that's what I need to practice on. That's the one nice thing about the Renaissance Festival, is their turkey legs are still somewhat reasonably priced and oh so good. Oh, hey, Mark. Cool. You're still out in West Africa, but you're flying back to the U.S. soon. Yeah, let me know when you land. Oh, yeah, I did. We did have the information on the indigo and how it really should be all over Texas. So, Mark here, he creates watercolors, pigments using the Texas plants. He has a whole bunch of cool pigments available for artists. They're really, really, really pretty. Okay, this sounds bad. Deep fried turkey came out of the pot and poof, it disappeared in a cloud of ash. Was it like dripping oil onto the burner? That's scary. Hey, Chris. So you're back in Houston for the Texas for a while here now, for a week? Will you be doing anything out in Louisiana, doing any surveys or flying crews or anything like that? Or are you, just here for the week and then back to like New Mexico and all that? Curious. Oh, yeah. So my nephew, he currently works for the forestry agency up in Alaska. And every day he gets, strapped into a helicopter, flown to a plot of land, and then he spends all day recording the different types of trees and their age and height, and then the helicopter picks him up and flies him back. He's loving it, absolutely loving it. Ah, okay. No, just way overcooked. Yeah, and that's the part of the trick there. Oh yeah, that's something Tina and Kathleen have in common, as husbands named John. So yep. They, from what I picked up from both of these ladies, is their Johns can be somewhat challenging at time, but the benefits far, far, far outweigh the challenges. Yeah, Roxanne, there is. Okay, is there a website for the watercolor? And Mark, if you could post that, and I can share it. I don't remember if it's an Etsy store or which, but it's like Texas Wild Colors or something like that. But I'll get that information. All right. All right. Hey, Kimberlyn, talking to your mom. Good on you. One should always talk to the moms. That's my plan. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. That's my plan. When I'm driving out to East Texas tonight, expect a phone call. Okay. Mark's going to get the... Okay, here we go. So those of you who are wondering about Mark's watercolors, so the Etsy shop is Texas Wild Color, and it's some really beautiful stuff. So definitely check that out, and check his stuff out. Good stuff. So I don't know if Jennifer, I have a few bad husband names. I don't. All my husbands have been non-existent. All right. Yeah, most worthwhile things are challenging. That's why I like coffee. Coffee. Okay. It's interesting that, like, how much, but at the same time, how subtly the temperature and humidity changes from minute to minute out here. So now it's a little warmer, but the humidity has dropped some. So cool. I like being outdoors. It stimulates the brain. That's one of the important things about being outdoors, I found, is the amount of brain stimulation you get. You're hearing things, you're smelling things, you're feeling, the wind across you. Your hair is being, stimulated, all your body hair, your beard, picking up sensory information. All this stuff, which is how we evolved, is feeding into our brain. Our brain is going, yes, I need this. Tell me more. And I love this. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, as opposed to, just sitting on a TV watching stuff. Now, like in this case, we're having a discussion, we're having an interaction. Your brain is making connections with things I and others say, and so that helps. But I should almost make it, you have to watch it outside. I have a feeling I'd lose a lot of people, though, if that were the case. But that would be neat. If part of the tribe, everyone just, watched it out in their backyard or on their patio or, on a street corner somewhere. Okay, Kathleen. Outside in Houston before sunrise this AM, it felt like being inside a dog's mouth. That raises so many questions. Okay, moving on. Oh, so that's a really good question, Leslie. Do I ground? And I keep telling myself I need to, and then I look down and realize I got shoes on. So grounding is just standing on the earth, or being skin to earth contact, and it has a lot of good mental fixations. Among other things, because again, remember, for a long time humans didn't wear shoes, or if they did, they were very thin pads just in the cold weather. And so there's truth that there's a lot of our feet are designed as a sensory apparatus. There's lots of nerve endings on the feet. That's why getting a foot rub feels so good. So they're designed to sense the surfaces the person is walking on to help them adjust their gait and do what they need to do to safely cross an area. And then I completely ignore that because I kind of tender feet. Okay, here's an important thing from Mark about the Texas Wild Colors. So Texas Wild Color Shop is very depleted right now, so I would recommend waiting a few weeks before making any orders while I get things restocked. I plan to have some new watercolor sets and individual half pans available soon, all based on the plants, earths, and other things forged in the wild in Texas and beyond, flying back to Texas next week. So cool. Yeah, so that's the thing. So not just plants, but also minerals also have a long history of being used as dyes. So, yep. Old tenderfoot. Old tenderfoot. See, the nice thing about being a tenderfoot is Mrs. Weather knows that she can get me to do anything if she gives me a foot rub, because my feet just love the foot rub. So, and if they were all rough and calloused and nasty, she probably wouldn't be willing to rub my feet as much. Oh, it's 7:50, time for the group take. All right, so if you got your liver pill, and important note, we got a sale going on the liver pill in Amazon. We're trying to run down the stock some so that we can reload a bunch, getting ready for the holidays. So we got my 4. Take 2. And 2 more. Okay. And then the immune pill. Woohoo! To support, maintain, prepare, fight. So this is 3. And there's also a sale going now on the immune pill for all those whose kids are going back to school and all that sort of thing. As I said, I like the flavor of the immune pill the best, but the brain pill, that is my personal favorite. And that's a 3B. Ooh, I'm going to have to order more for myself. All right, I can feel the superpowers activating. Oh, here's a good question, Mark, for you. Can Mark's dyes be used in soaps? That would be interesting. So, yeah, let me know, Mark, if what you think of that idea. If your dyes can be used in soaps or your pigments. I don't know. Technically, in this case, I'm a chemist, so I kind of want to know the correct terms. Is it a dye, or is it a pigment, or is a dye a pigment, or what? Yeah, I can believe it. There was an interesting article in Psychology Today about ADHD being leftover in our evolution, as in it's this modern existence that makes it a disorder, but in our past it was life-saving. I can believe that. We are woefully understimulated in our current existence. Well, a lot of people are. Like I said, there's been a lot of signs showing that the more time you spend outside, especially kids with ADHD, that their symptoms greatly drop down. Okay. So Kay says, I usually watch outside unless I'm getting off or going to work. In that case, you're sitting behind the steering wheel and on the Bluetooth. Oh, that's cool. Just don't let me distract you from driving. Hey, Terry. Wait, let's just see. Which did you order? Let me double check this here. So, yeah, the immune. So there's a coupon code for, or a check this box thing for, which one? Yeah, so with the immune pill on Amazon, there's a little coupon, save an extra 10% when you apply this coupon, the little box you have to check. So that saves, $360. And then on the liver pill, it is, wait a minute. It's the liver pill? Oh, yeah, okay. save an extra $5 when you apply this coupon, a little checkbox. So the liver and the immune pill have the discount. The brain does not, unfortunately. So Tina Marie, going back to the whole ADHD, I actually wrote a paper on that. It comes from our survival instincts, and it's a good thing. Now we just have to learn how to harness it in an environment that doesn't require us to hunt all the time. Okay, see, here's the mistake then Tina. Those of you who are fans of the Marvel universe, and there was that, I don't remember which one it was because after a while all the movies blend together. I think it was the first Avengers one, and the aliens are attacking New York, and Dr. Bruce Banner is talking with Captain America, and long story short, the Bruce Banner has the line that he's always angry, and that's how he can bring the Hulk forth at a second's notice. Always be hunting. Always be hunting wherever you are. And that's what I'm constantly scanning, looking for edible plants and medicinal plants and mushrooms and edible insects and all this stuff. I can't turn it off, unfortunately. And maybe in like a business meeting, it's probably not the best thing if you're studying, which of these pencils are made out of wood that would make a tea. Or looking at your coworkers and deciding which one would make the best stew. But something to keep in mind, just be constantly searching your environment for stuff. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Mark, powder pigments. Yes, many can be used in soaps, Leslie. The plant-based ones are lake pigments, which are generally considered safe for things like soap. Most of the plants I use are non-toxic, so assume that you can use in soap. I have used mango lake pigment as well as indigo lake pigment in soap making in West Africa. They work fine, but the color sometimes changes a bit due to the alkalinity of the soap. So use at your own risk, the colors may change. That makes sense because a lot of colors the molecules are going to be somewhat pH dependent on things. And so, when you change the pH, it could change the color some. But cool. It's neat to know that you could use them in soaps. All right, Tina, take care of yourself. Decongest. Kimberlyn, when I get fidgety, that means I'm bored and I need to find something to do. It doesn't have to be physical either. It can be mentally bored. And I think, and a lot of times, the mentally bored is the thing that most people suffer from. And of course, jumping around does some things, but if you can get something to stimulate your brain, I think that's why after a certain amount of time, people start daydreaming and finding ways for their brain to be entertained. And I did read some really interesting articles saying that one of the issues nowadays is kids aren't bored enough. They constantly have their little electronic Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, entertaining them. And so they haven't developed the ability to unbore themselves. And they haven't really spent any time. Because one of the things when you're bored, you start thinking about things. You start assessing things. Sometimes you might dwell on past, injustices and get you upset. But in the end, you're still doing some sort of self-analysis. And a lot of kids aren't doing that anymore because they're not ever bored. They don't have a time when they just have no entertainment. They just have to be entertained by what's up in their brain. So, whoops. Come on. Oh, that's a good one. Yep. So, when mentally bored or fidgeting, break out the yarn and crochet. Cool. And it seems like, a number of Kathleen also, I like to crochet when I'm overly anxious. That makes sense. Ooh, Sherry, cool. I'm taking liver, immune, and brain. I love them all. I can eat. I even can take them on an empty stomach, which is unusual. Yeah, I feel more focused, more energy, and clearer head. Also, better mood. That's why I created them. So yes, that's awesome to hear. Um, so I have a friend, one of the people I went to grad school with uh, back at RPI, and she went into pharmaceuticals and mainly organizing the human trials. You know, with medicine, you have different stages, and so she spent several decades now studying the potential medicines as they go through the human trials. And so I did send her the brain pill, and she really thought it was quackery. She thought, she's focused in Western science. But as a favor to me, she took them, and after 2 weeks, she said, "These work. These, thank you." And I'm saying, I knew you would be the hardest person to prove, and the fact that you actually see benefit from these. She reordered. That is the blessing that I know that there is nothing nothing quackery about it. I mean, I just see that they're working. Okay, that was the 8 o'clock buzz. I need to get going. There's a number of good questions. Okay. Let me just check out Nicole here. Hey, Nicole. Wouldn't use mineral pigments in your hair for hair color. The way that the dye is implanted in the hair shaft could lead to later interactions to go terribly wrong. You could accidentally melt your hair off when you color or light next time. Yeah, that's a really good point, Nicole. So if you think about a lot of minerals, especially the more brightly colored ones, they're usually in the transition metals thing. A lot of them have really interesting catalytic abilities. And so if you have them bonded to your hair, and then a few weeks later you're hitting your hair with some other interesting chemicals, peroxide or something, all hell can break loose. So as far as hair dyes, yeah, maybe the plant ones, but not the mineral ones. Okay. Good information. Thank you, Nicole. Say hi to your mom for me. Okay, folks, I need to hit the road. So love you all. Not sure what's going to happen Monday. I guess there will be the donut shop. I've done it on other things. So yeah, I guess I'll see you Monday morning and maybe throughout the day, depending on what happens on Monday. Other than that, just have a great, wonderful, loving, safe, food heavy long weekend here, and just recharge your batteries, sharpen the axe, as they say in the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. You've earned this. You've earned a chance to relax. So do that. All right. Love to you all. Have a great day and a great weekend. Okay. Bye-bye.